So welcome friends to a brand new episode of Building Blocks. So today it's a pleasure for me and I have with me Miss Parkash Kaur. So she has been a very great help to stage properties for our clients, and she runs a company for last 11 years. It's Prava Homestaging and Decor, and their head office and headquarters is in Brampton, downtown.
Yes. Yeah.
And so thanks so much for coming.
Oh, very
And
welcome.
so today we'll have some different set of questions that why staging is so important. What exactly is home staging and why it is critical for a home?
Home staging is a combination of art and a science,
Right.
and it helps professionally to make the house look sellable and more spacious, and to attract the potential buyer and wide array of people.
Right. So without home staging, it's difficult to visualize that how spacious a place.
Yeah, what staging does is it give people an idea about the space, how they can utilize the space for different needs, whatever they require.
How much it costs to stage a home generally?
Every home is different. It all depends on the size of the home and the demographic and how big or small furnitures and accessories are required.
And is there a difference between hard staging and a soft staging?
Yes. Soft staging is we work with the client's furniture and their belongings, and we call that a soft staging. So we just spruce up with small artwork and accessories. Yeah.
And hard staging is where you bring your own furniture.
Yeah. Where the home is vacant and, newly built, or client doesn't want to use their own furniture.
I see. If someone is having a tight budget, is there any tips so that they can still make it look presentable?
Yeah, most definitely. I always say less is more. And the main tip I will say, if you're on a tight budget, always consult a professional stager.
Right. What is the timeline wise, how long it takes to stage?
We as a team will need a couple days notice, but to execute, it takes 1 full day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I would imagine initially you will go and have a consultation, have a look, draw some mapping or imagery.
Yes.
And then you will go back and
then we put the plan together. For actual staging, as I say, from start to finish is one full day.
What rooms one should focus, when they home stage, or it is that entire, each and every bedroom and each and every living family, all rooms should be?
As we say, the first impression is the last impression. I would highly recommend the main floor.
Okay.
And living, dining, kitchen are the key. Master bedroom and ensuite.
So if someone is on a tight budget, what I'm hearing is that these are the areas which should
yes.
be emphasized. Because a lot of times there are personal pictures and memories which are on the wall. So should person depersonalize?
That is very important, because depersonalizing is number one, because when buyer comes to have a look at the property, we want them to feel like this is their own home.
Right.
So depersonalizing is the first step, should be done.
Any other common mistakes which consumers do when they stage a home or when you see properties staged?
Common mistakes some people make is they do not detach themselves from their property.
Okay.
They are still attached to it very much, and they decorate or stage it to their own personal taste. So where it has to be appealing to wide era.
Does lighting play a role in staging?
Lighting plays a big role. I always recommend white lighting.
Okay.
Brighter the home is, it feels more energetic, and it feels large.
Right.
The spaces feel large.
And do the shades or blinds should be half open or full open? Or
I would recommend fully open.
Right.
So let the sun come
Come
in. Yeah.
When someone wants to stage a home and they are in the process of listing a property and making it ready, listing ready, so should they consider painting in neutral colors, or if they have dark colors in the wall, it is okay to move ahead with stage?
Paint is very, I would say, crucial when you're selling it. And the neutral the paint is, better it is.
Yeah. Basically, what I am hearing is that it's worth to spend some money into making it neutral, at least the main floor.
It is the investment which pays very quick.
The curb appeal. So we talked about inside, that the living in the main level is crucially important, including the master and suite at the top level. However, when we talk about outside, the curb appeal, would that also someone?
Curb appeal is the first thing. When you decide to sell, try to monitor your grass and your porch, patio, and what you call is the driveway is the key. Just make a list of things which do not appeal to you, and they will not appeal to someone else. And the lighting is very important. Make sure your fixture are working. Garage door and front door paint are very important.
So how did you become a professional staging consultant? When you started 11 years ago, and I can see you have a lot of passion, and I have seen in our work also together. How did you started, originally?
Again, it's, I like to see home organized and all the time looking beautiful. It's my passion from a childhood. And I worked in a corporate for many years. But back of my head, there was always, I want to do something which will make me more happier. So I went to interior decorating school, and I was helping friends and a family to do all that. And, then again, with God's blessing, and my company moved to US.
Okay.
So then we sat down as a family. I asked the kids, what should I do now? And my sons, they say, Mom, why don't you pursue your passion?
Right.
I said, that's opportunity. So there I go.
You started.
Yeah.
And I believe now you have a big warehouse.
I have about 10,000 square feet home warehouse.
Wow.
And we have a team of about 7-8 people.
Great.
We constantly staging, decorating, and then everything. And as I was walking to meet with you, and the lady walked to my office, she wanted me to set up 3 properties for Airbnb.
Right. Yeah, that's another thing these days, right?
Yes.
So you get a lot of business for Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah, we do that too. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I truly thank you for your time today, ma'am. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Mudit, for inviting me. My pleasure. My pleasure.
So thank you, folks, for your time today. And I hope it was a helpful discussion with Prakash ji. And I wish you all the best and stay positive till we meet in our next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.